Hey everybody, welcome to the breakdown with Biodun, Gem, and Oyin-Liz. Say hi, guys.
You guys call me Ultimatum Gem today, and that's what I want to call. That's it. Thank God.
Yes. So who's
Thank
giving
God.
who an ultimatum?
Now just give myself an ultimatum.
Okay.
I need to be great before the next 1 month.
You're already great. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, look
You're
at you.
already
Ah,
great.
it's really sweet. Really saying sweet nothings today. What's going on?
You're
Hey.
just not you're just not it this time. You're already great. You're already sowing the seeds.
Thank you.
And
Yes,
the
that's true.
seeds, and
That's true.
they're going to be sprouting into trees
Amen.
very, very soon.
I receive
You
it.
paid your dues already.
I receive it. I
Everything is
receive
coming
it.
up
I
already.
receive it. I
And
receive it.
with the powerhouse by your side,
I mean, come on now.
Could you
you
better?
know,
It's okay. You
the
can
sky
sing.
is the beginning. The
Come
sky
on
is
now.
the beginning.
Let's don't come around. Oh, stop
You
it.
guys, please, not when I'm here, please do it another day.
Ah!
Okay, but you know what? Today I've been just in and out of sorts. I don't know if it's just me, but the weekend was insane because so many things, negative things, also went down just in the country. And then, I don't know if is it just me? I see something that's funny, I laugh. I feel a bit guilty that I can't even laugh while other people and sometimes I understand that, that's life. Sometimes it's sad, sometimes, but a part of me is also like, this stuff is serious. What is going on? Hey, what's up, my sister Mirel? Um,
Hi, Sister
so
Francois.
yeah. So how are you guys holding up? How are you processing everything that's going on? Mass shooting, all kinds of shenanigans, nonsense. How are you guys processing? When he's like, all I know is that my breast is whatever.
Um, I made it a conscious effort. I made a conscious effort and a conscious decision almost a year and a half ago to not
Engage.
post, read, engage, nothing. I'm sorry. Like I
Why are you
mentally, like
sorry?
cause the empath in me.
Yeah.
Sorry, mentally, I had to get to a place where I just couldn't, cause I can physically take on people's emotions and feel what they're feeling, and I will end up as an insane person. So as an insane person, so the best I can do is say a word of prayer. I personally don't know what else to say. My anxiety has been heightened for years, so this doesn't really
Yeah.
help. But at the same time, it's just trying to find the little pocket of peace that I can find. And
Shout out to
obviously,
podcasts.
immersing myself in work. I literally just got off work. And wedding planning is also helping. So I would say that's pretty much it. But
Yeah, yeah. Like I
definitely
understand
praying for
where
everyone.
Oyin-Liz is coming from. As a fellow empath, I totally understand wanting to just, but I'm not gonna lie, it was easier to do that before children. Now
Mm,
it's harder because every
mm,
day, there's a letter, there's a school trip, we're going to another state, there's this,
mm.
and of course you're praying, but at the same time you're like, well, what can I do to make this world a
Right.
bit better for these kids?
Right.
Because I feel like
That
I don't know. I don't know. Let me leave it
that's
to
so
you and
funny
Jen.
that you brought that up. Sorry to cut them off, but one of my little daughters is on a trip right now. She went on a trip to
Where
New
did you go
York,
to?
and my entire body, literally, I've been stalking her Instagram, stalking the news, just like freaking out. I'm going to New York on Sunday. I've decided why we drive because with the craziness and madness on you people's New York train, Because if I don't pass out from anxiety, so I don't even know how you parents do it. I feel like it's a whole different ball game. Like I don't know if you saw the New Jersey news about the little boy with the gun in his bag,
Yeah, I heard about it.
loaded.
Loaded,
Homeschool is looking really real because I got collect how many years is teacher school? In fact, teacher school I can go and do in Nigeria 1 year. In fact, 6 months I've come back and a teacher. But it's just
I feel you. I feel you. Jeb, what do you think?
I think it's very unfortunate because especially like the past couple of weekends, it's been back to back to back to back to back.
Mm.
So
no break.
and it almost seems like it's been congregated around the same region, around the same set of people, African Americans and blacks, and it does. And then also the media tried to like change the narrative a little bit, so that was really weird. Like as if it won't come out. And then but I would say throughout this period, three things. I was gonna say two things, but three things that has been keeping me coping is number one, just prayer and just faith in God, because you just need in times like this you need a decent belief system. I'm not even saying it has to be Christianity or something, but
Christianity, yes.
even
sir.
back home, stuff is happening back home too. That is like,
It's
what is
everywhere.
going
It's
on?
everywhere. It's everywhere.
What is going on? And
Israel's killing a whole journalist.
yeah.
I
So
mind
the
my
first
business.
thing,
Politics is not my business.
first thing that I've learned is that like just this is a good time to be in contact with God. And then second thing that I've learned is that you gotta know how you walk, bro. Like you gotta know how you walk in the sense that like don't say what you're not supposed to say. Don't be where you're not supposed to be. I mean, it's not like that's a guarantee for safety, but there's a
After
Yoruba
this
adage.
weekend, there's no guarantee
There's a
of
guarantee. There's a Yoruba adage that
Yeah, because somebody went to the mall. Like
like
you're in the
this
mall. Like
chilling, yeah.
how low.
forget more. Shebi Onje, they went to buy food for
They
their
just went to buy food,
family.
like people just went to shop, like
Can
like
you
necessity of life. Praise on a feature. Let's see, I praise on say hi. No,
People, by the way, praise is this baby.
that's my baby. Is that praise or Caleb? Caleb is not my baby.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
Caleb
And
is not my
and,
baby.
Caleb, and as
Caleb.
far as Caleb is concerned, you're his uncle.
I know as far as it's concerned, and I'm also his competition too.
No surprise. I was like, really? It was really surprised. But anyway, if you're watching, say hi and put the first letter of the city you live in the comments. The first
City or
letter in
state?
the comments. Huh?
City or state?
City. State is too easy. Yay! He said, "Leave my praise alone." Praise has many artists.
Please,
They're
Caleb is
writing
my
for
own
him. They
baby.
don't play.
All of you that are rooting for praise, I see you. Sha sha sha. Caleb is my baby. Sha.
Caleb is my baby.
Shout out to the Easy Breezy Life.
It's a breeze of life.
Shout out
Hello.
to Joy O. Shout out to Sister Francois. Shout out to all my
Gang, gang,
people.
gang,
All
One
our
more
gang,
thing
gang,
one more
gang.
thing I want to say that has been keeping
please.
me on the flip side of the watching how you go is like kind of not watching where you go. You can't because of this and change your life. And don't overthink it. Don't be an African mother, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that leads to Wandaism. And
What is
it leads to Wandaism.
We just saw
uh, Doctor Strange
Doctor
and the Multiverse
Strange
of Madness.
and the
That's
Multiverse of Madness.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And that's the reference. Go and watch
Yeah.
it to understand the African motherism there.
So I think that's one. And then the last thing is that so pray, be careful. The last thing I'm blanking on it now is just I'm blank on the last one. So let's just say two for now. Yes, two.
Okay.
Live vicariously like it's your last day on earth.
That is the last thing, bro.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I remember last one. Take care of your own mental health. Like, just
Boom, boom, boom,
don't be
boom,
careful
boom,
what
boom,
you
boom.
look at.
Your mental
Don't.
health is your
It
responsibility.
is your responsibility. Don't click on every WhatsApp that your parents send you or that your brother or
Oh,
auntie or
no.
Do
uncle
not,
send you.
Click on
not,
any.
don't click on every. Don't click on any.
Non,
They have to call you and say, "Did you watch that WhatsApp I sent?" And you will now ask,
yes,
"What
mommy.
is inside?"
May I just say yes? You even can't say.
No, me, I
If you are
have.
scrolling through Instagram, if you catch a glimpse of anything that might trigger you, just quickly scroll through it. Like, don't bother to check or anything. Just
No, the issue with WhatsApp is if you even touch it, it will
it will
download
download,
it.
and so like
You don't touch it at all. Just
so
and
yes.
my personal thing is if there is someone who you've warned that
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
getting blocked.
I don't trade this kind of videos and they refuse,
You're
just
getting
kindly do
blocked.
yourself a favor and
You people
put
even
them on
want people.
pause.
So you
Put
people
them
want
on
people. Don't worry, I have time or no.
You don't want you just block immediately.
No, like
No, don't block them immediately. We are also business people, so we have to
no.
do it gently. We have to do
Oh
it
my
gently.
God. Yeah, so that's the
Um,
3 things for me.
yeah. So, okay, but I really appreciate you guys, and everyone is saying congratulations to you too. I think in like August, I'm going to give you guys a break because by then smoke will be going out of you guys' heads. You guys will be preparing.
By August, if I'm not, if I took
I
out
was
there, right?
actually thinking July. I was thinking July.
Me by
Nah, I
August, I
don't.
just want you people to know. If by August, if wedding is not set, you people will see each other at the hall.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
One way or the other, wedding will happen. So
But plus, Onyeko has been
You
doing
know, this
really,
is the
really
energy
great
you guys
with
have been giving from the beginning. This is the same energy.
again, because like you gotta watch for your mental health, bro. You cannot be
yeah,
out here running
like
a tasketa.
yeah, no, what's our word for the rest of the year?
On
We
board
gonna be
that.
a high, bro.
We don't be fun. Nobody will stress me.
Hey.
We
I
gonna be
don't
high.
stress you. I mind my
Okay.
business. You
And
mind your
Onyekon's word for the
business.
year, our word for the year is ease. So we are just taking it
Ease.
easy,
Okay.
Because
just
Okay.
I
chilling,
cannot
bro.
say
So
Abileshe.
you heard that here first. So their word for the year is ease. If you have your own word for the year, please post it in the comments. We want to see. So
Oh,
anyway,
that is
we're going to
nice.
jump into
Asian wonderism.
we're going to jump into our two. I think there are three topics today. But let's go with this one first, right? So this one really caught my eye. The Gem, what is it? The
I want to
title of
listen.
the title of the article is "I'm an overprotective girlfriend and I have 8 strict rules for my boyfriend." Right?
You really shocked me.
And when I saw it, I was like, "Wow, okay, rules. Okay,
Let's hear
fine.
the rules. Let's hear the rules.
My dear.
Let me go through the rules. So number one, block anyone you have. So if you're listening, let us know what you think about the rules. Number one, block anyone you've ever had a romantic interaction with.
Oh,
Mm.
okay, yeah.
Any kind of, even if you slid into the DMs, you said hi, the person said hello, you didn't go further than that. Block. Once the intention was romance, then block. Number two, no following new women since the day we started dating. Period.
Come on now.
I don't want to give an explanation. Number
Including
three,
cousins,
Did they
sister,
say I don't want to give an
niece.
explanation there?
yes,
Oh
yes.
God, come on now, let's go.
Like, like no. If it's a woman, don't
Don't
follow.
follow. Not even
Don't
your mom. How dare
just
you?
just scroll past. Number three, no searching girls' names in the handlebar. This is
Mm.
literally what she wrote. She said, "No searching girls' names in the handlebar." What are you searching for? But really, what are you
What are
searching
you saying?
for?
That
Because no, no.
because really
Let me
that's
say the final. Let me say the final line. She said, "No, but really, what are you searching for? Because you should find it in me."
come on.
Come on now,
Author
come
finisher and
on.
she's
Oh,
literally the author finisher of her
God,
boyfriend's
as in,
name.
what are
Of
your
our
tests are you
boyfriend's
looking
face.
I just want to
for?
start by saying, wait, I want everybody to keep in mind that this is boyfriend girlfriend though. Like this
Not
is not
husband
Yeah,
wife.
that's
like,
true, bro.
let's
Even
even forget
husband
husband
wife.
wife.
Even
He has
husband
not
wife.
even fiancé you yet. He has
That's
not even
true.
said, "Hey, he want to marry you."
Mm.
Number
Bondage,
four.
bondage.
Number, not bondage. Number four. Number 4, no liking girls' photos. Like
Come on.
every guy knows girls don't like this. Somebody
Speak
said this girl is strong.
This girl is
Yeah,
strong.
you speak first.
So the fact that you're continuing to do it, knowing internationally that women don't like this, is a slap in the face. So
Yeah, guys,
period,
speak
point
first,
blank,
man.
period, point blank, no. Um, Number
Wow.
5, no story replying. So if somebody posts something in the stories, you don't like put, that emoji that is like, that you should,
So you
when,
guys, I'm shocked. Like,
no,
oh,
no, no, no. Because it's like you're inviting a conversation.
conversate. Oh, oh,
She said,
definitely number
that
one
Number
even
one.
one.
no,
Okay, okay. So some people are coming
somebody
and
like
saying their mind. That's true, stuff like that.
but for
Thank you.
somebody like this, right?
I'm
Think
sorry.
about it. If you think about it, if you say don't DM anybody, don't follow any girl, don't DM a girl, don't like a girl's picture,
It
then
gets worse. You need to finish. It gets worse.
the,
Like,
the
The
number
boy
number
needs to
number
force.
number
oh,
6, no more than one girl per scroll on the explore page.
Mm,
You know
mm,
how once you look at 2 girls, your explorer page will bring out like 1 million.
mm.
So this girl, Sha. Anyway, let's wait until the end, like, before we like say what we think. Like, you know. Number 7, if she posts more than one bikini pic
this
in a,
the one that really off me.
in a row, unfollow, unfollow.
Mm.
Like you should just know. Like, just read my mind.
Wow. As again,
Number
auto
8,
and the finisher.
no clicking on her link tree.
Mm.
Like adult phones are free. I can handle giving other people attention, strangers, but your money, you're gonna give other women your money? No. The
Come
comment section was filled with comments debating over whether she is right or whether she's controlling. One person said, am I the only one that feels some of these are a bit much?
I
And
think that
mhm,
the fact
and-
that this is even a conversation
mhm.
speaks to no finish,
Let,
finish
let, let,
because
let's let Jem go first. And if you're
as
watching,
the man, yes.
if you're watching, what are your thoughts? What stood out to you? And do you think this is like a trauma response, or do you think she's just doing the most? Is this a trauma response, or is she just doing the lock and key padlock? Is a padlock of life. It has been padlocked. So Jem, you go first. Do
First of
you
all,
think this is a trauma response, or just
I'm going to go to an unpopular opinion here and say that I don't see anything wrong with
you don't
what
see
this
anything
artist is
wrong?
doing. She's just setting her own standard. Basically, what she's saying is that you can't use Instagram because all of this has to do with Instagram.
Is it
Baby, all
Instagram
she's
or
saying is
just
that you can't use
social media?
all social media.
That's fine. That's
Twitter
aspects.
has like you can't even have opinion. You pay all on Twitter, they're
What
going
what
back
is
and forth.
opinion? When you have
Eh,
her, what do you need
What
opinion
do you
for?
need opinion
She's
now?
You're
your
right.
opinion.
You're right. You're
She's
right.
your opinion. And I know that you said that, and it might seem like, oh, I'm playing devil advocate. Oh, look at Jem. He's playing devil
No,
advocate. He's playing devil
continue.
advocate. It's not even about devil advocate. Let me tell you something. It's what somebody wants. That's what they want. If
Come
I'm a
on
guy,
now.
it's about and I say, okay, oh, don't look at another man. Matter of fact, don't walk outside of this house. You must remain in this house. You don't need to see your parents. You don't need to see your family. She too is supposed to agree because pari paso.
Again, bondage.
It's not bondage. It's specs. Specs is different from bondage. Bondage is when you reach spiritual level. This is physical something. You people are, I
Sorry,
feel like
sir.
we are
Between this
misunderstanding it.
one and spiritual, how else can
It's
spiritual
not
come
spiritual.
get now?
Spiritual is like you did not know. Spiritual is like you did not know. But this one, you know. But like there are some men now that they don't even like social media in the first place. That
But
don't like looking at other women.
it's one thing to like Gem. It's another thing for this level of control.
I
This
don't.
is a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe people are not understanding. It's not
That
control.
are you taking this boy seriously?
I'm even saying
No, I'm
honestly.
not. I'm saying
Hey, you people think that I'm joking. Tell me,
for
there are
anyone
men.
who's watching, right? I don't want them to even I don't want them to miss. You know what is coming out in my you know what is standing out in my mind?
What?
What?
Recently Julia Ibrahim, she had to sit down with Trudy. and she
Oh,
talked
I
about
haven't
her
watched it.
experience a bit. I just watched
Interesting.
the
The guy,
highlights.
ex-husband, Abby.
Yeah, and how he would lock her up in the house,
What he
physically
did is
abuse
not.
everything. And I'm
They
like,
oh no, no. That's why he's stuck.
because it was,
That's why you're stuck. We can
because
hear
he was
you
about
now.
to look for troubles.
He's stuck again.
Are you really stuck there now, or something
Am I
is going?
back?
You're
Yes,
back.
you're back.
My own monitoring spirits, they're the ones that are calling me.
They came
Caught
for
you.
you.
They
They
came
came
for
They
for
me.
you.
caught you, man.
Explore page should only be for Jesus. I agree, or for only
I'm,
her, or
I'm
for only
so
what kind of shook me the most. Don't go to the
what?
link tree. I'm like,
No, that
yo,
link tree is like it's like
no,
OnlyFans type thing. So like, don't click on
no,
that
but it's
link.
not. But she might not be doing just OnlyFans. She might
No,
be doing.
Okay,
no,
it's not about the OnlyFans though. It's about him supporting other women's business.
no. That's not what she's
She
saying.
specifically said
No,
whatever
but
money you
yeah,
want
we're
to
saying women
spend.
empowering women, and then we're blocking women's business.
No, he's not blocking women's business. Which business are you doing? If you have business, you are showing your body. Show your product. Don't show your body.
Adeolu, she
Why
literally
can't I
said
show my product
whatever
and my
money
body
you
at the
want
same
to
time?
God
support.
forbid, Barton. That's the work of the enemy.
I'm tired.
No, I'm serious. Even
I'm
think way like
tired.
I'm serious. But like, okay, let me reason this thing with you, right?
Listen,
Specs is I know we'll still get to the ultimatum in a minute, but like you see me on that show, everybody have their own specs, right? I'm telling you, there are some guys that they don't care about this, and they will have their own specs for her too. And as long as she's ready to accept those specs, that's fine. If she says that she can't go anywhere, she's supposed to say, okay, this is where like misunderstanding of this relationship thing
oh
happened to me.
boy.
Like everybody,
Happen
let's
to
like no like happen to me. Like people think me like, oh, I don't know what I'm saying now. I'm playing devil's advocate on this thing. Like let everybody say if that's what they want to do, that's fine. If some people don't even let me go inside.
MGM, I just want to say something. You play
Uh-huh.
devil's advocate so much that I don't want the devil to come and look for you one.
The devil, if
That's
the devil
true.
come, we will discuss this thing and we will dialogue it together.
Okay, well done.
It's not a
Please.
this thing.
Please, let us hear what you
I'm
say.
tired
Is this a
already.
trauma response
I think it
or is
might
she
be.
seeking attention? What do
Nah,
you
I don't
think?
think that is. I think it's for real.
I
She look like
definitely
it's for real.
think I think it's definitely for real. I don't think she's joking. And I also think that it's definitely a trauma response. I think that whoever scarred this young lady, because she looks too young to be having this much risk. And again, this brings me back to the point of what do you people do at such young age for for a man to have traumatized you so much? Because she looks really young. Like at most, she's probably like 25.
Right.
Like what kind of men did you meet? What kind of, and I'm not saying like obviously it's not intentional. She doesn't like go out and find men that would cheat on her or that would disrespect her or that would have, but oh my gosh. But I definitely think it's trauma response. It speaks so much to her insecurities, like what she feels about herself, what she feels about other women. Like I just feel like any man that we date her, Sha, they must really have the fear of God has to be like inside them times 2 million. Because like the other way I'm saying this is if you're making up all those rules, you're this controlling, you're asking a man to abide by these rules, when he steps outside of the house, because these are just rules for online and they're this demonic. What are the rules when you step outside of the house?
Right. You're right. You're right.
Like that. Oh, when you're watching TV show and the scene of them doing mommy moy come home, what will happen there?
But I think like is just like since you have agreed that okay, maybe it's trauma related, right? I think most of these things are the things that you see outside in the real world are way better than the things that you see online.
Uncle, when you go on vacation, let's say for example, so you go
Uh-huh.
to Jamaica, you know that raft that all of them like to take picture on,
Uh-huh.
where they are rowing the boats, rowing the
Uh-huh.
it's all naked women. They
Yeah,
are
but
nothing
like
short of naked.
First of all, I want to say, wait, I've not seen these things. Don't even I've been seeing naked this thing. I'm just sending it to me. I'm saying, Auntie, don't send this case is opposite for me. I'll be telling you, don't be sending naked women to me. What's wrong with you? Where did they send you from?
Don't be making it sound like that. It sounds really bad.
Yes, it is really bad. She just be sending this thing to me.
People, that's what I'm doing. Because they don't want to hear our underwear on the outside now. Let me confess. That's not what I'm doing. It's like I will see something in the picture. Go.
Yeah, she wants to do gossip and she's not sending it to him. Miss Biodun, I think you're muted.
We can't hear you.
With his girlfriend because she like. Wait, what?
Let's get into this.
Because she liked her ex.
Said somebody she knows broke up with his girlfriend because she liked her ex's picture. Do you think that was deserved or not?
No, it depends. What's the context?
I think it depends. Yeah.
What was in the picture? Was it like he was showing his chest? There was oil on it, and he was whipped. Is it was he in a picture with his wife? They were doing introduction or something.
I think for this case, maybe they have won each other. Like, don't like this person picture. You need to avoid this person. And Instagram does not do it. Whatever picture you like, Instagram will tell you, this person like this
that
picture.
You follow. Yeah,
that's true.
So I don't be liking some pictures sometimes, to be honest. Yeah.
Because you don't want those people to even know that you like the picture, or
no, because I don't want some other people to know that I like this picture. It's not. It's usually like controversial jokes, posts and stuff.
Like, I like to mind my business, so I don't like.
Sometimes the internet would just cause misunderstandings because I remember this particular day.
That's what I'm saying, that most of these things is not really like of this information.
I was looking for a photographer, right? This was like 3 years ago. I was just like, I just put hashtag, photographer or something in my Instagram. And then he brought up this guy's handle or something, or he brought up somebody's post, and then inside the person tagged, the person put hashtag photographer, the best photographer, or something weird like that. And I was like, okay, let me check out this person. I just clicked on the person's page. Look. It was a man as naked as the day he was born, with palm oil. Everything was shining in the sunlight. And then in that moment, my husband says, "Oh, let me see what you're."
Oh no!
So I'm like, God knows. I was minding my business.
No.
See?
No.
To be honest, I was minding my business.
The devil is a liar.
I was minding my business. I was not trolling for naked pictures. I was minding my business. And I cannot imagine having a girlfriend like this.
True. That would have been a problem.
And that was what, she would have been like so mad.
Sister Francois continues that story though. Yeah, this guy is.
I think this is an insecure man.
This is an insecure man.
I think apart from the insecure man, I think a lot of people have failed to understand that women, just like men, they may have similarities, but everyone is an individual by themselves. You can't just say all men are, all women are. And I see a lot of that these days. What do you guys think?
Men are scum.
Shebi is one auntie that just. Shebi is this auntie that we are reading about now that just generalizes it. All of us don't like our men liking picture of other girls. Please, the fact that you have the time and the energy to patrol and police who your partner is liking their picture and who is not liking their picture. People should not be on Instagram. And honestly, I just feel like if this is how important these things are, I don't know. I'm very, very different when it comes to things like this.
Maybe get people who are not on IG, right?
Or just don't date. Because there's no point. I'm so serious. Because if you're worried about Instagram, people are sliding into each other's DMs through what's the work chat that we use at work?
Slack.
Teams. Slack.
Oh, Teams.
If no professor sliding into students' DM through Canva.
Oh God. You are not safe anywhere, basically.
You're not safe. And to me, I feel like if that's really the issue, then he shouldn't be going out. Lock him up. You should be in the dungeon. Lock him up, like, because like, for example, there's some men that like girls will walk up to and literally like start flirting with them. What do you do in situations like that? Sis, he can't go to work. You can't even say you want to jokingly have a work wife. Like, wow. No, I think this is too much. I think there should be trust, and if there's no trust, there's no need. Obviously, there are things that we as individuals in relationships, or the ones that know our boundaries, there are things that we can put in place to avoid story that touch, right? But at the same time, it's like I'm now not gonna sit on it. Sure, I don't have life. Sure, she don't have job.
I don't think.
This is even
I don't know. I'm not sure.
because I'm sitting here, oh, I'm partying at 1 night since 9 a.m. I got up like 7:30 p.m. Work from home has put me in pepper soup. When will I have the time to? She must have. In fact, you know what? I'm so sorry. I'm rambling. I'm just so confused. She must have this man's Instagram like password. I think that's probably the requirements that she's not putting on there. I must have access to all your social media because no, she asked you to be able to see like all these things and like. Nah.
Anyway,
that's a lot.
Races don't need to be in a relationship.
I'm happy that we got into that. And yeah, well, I wasn't. Anyway, we can always talk about this another day. But today we're talking about a mom who left her husband of 14 years for someone, for her soulmate.
No, you got to put it in brackets.
For her soulmate, only to be rejected. So,
wait, what?
A woman left her husband.
No, I heard you. I'm just is the.
She even left her husband within like 7 days.
Oh God.
But you know, when I read the story, right? When I read the story, right, I said, it's if you believe that I am your soulmate, and I don't believe that I am your soulmate. If you believe that I am your soulmate, and I don't believe that you are my soulmate, then we are not soulmates.
Embarrassment.
You left a marriage of so basically some background for people who are watching, right?
Wait, sorry. Before we go to Embarrassment, I just check now. Since this woman wrote a book.
Yes.
She even wrote a book. She's now a life coach.
Yeah. She's coaching us on life.
This is the problem right here. This is not even anything. This is the main problem. IG is not even the problem.
That's actually the main problem. I just wanted to give some background for anyone watching.
Okay, sorry, I jumped the gun. I was shocked.
No, that's the problem actually. That's the reason why I raised this topic. Not for the tea. Not for the tea. So, some background for anyone who's watching, right? A woman who has been married to her husband for 14 years. They've been living together, everything. Obviously, probably not happily. Maybe not on her end. She's not been happy. She goes out for dinner with her husband. They go somewhere, and the person sitting opposite her, they lock eyes, and boom.
He walked in. I loved our introduction of this man. She said he walked in. We locked eyes. And I just found myself so drawn to him.
Yeah.
I said,
no, she said, she said, as I settled into my seat, I looked up and immediately lost my breath. When our eyes met, there was an instant familiarity that ran deeper than water cooler chat. Those eyes.
That's like she was horny. That's the end of the story.
So apparently, right? Apparently, she and this guy, they met 12 years ago.
Oh.
She and this guy, they met 12 years ago. That's 12 years ago too. They just saw each other. She just saw him. And she never forgot. So this thing is raising another issue. She has been married 14 years. She met this guy 12 years ago.
12 years.
Since then, she never forgot. That means that guy has been in her mind for 12 years.
I want to say something, but I'm going to let it go because I feel like it's so much for people's internet.
No, it was not a past friendship or a past relationship. They were not even friends. They were nothing to each other.
Nothing, no. She saw him across the hall. The same way her eyes lifted And Adeolu is stunned, and I love this.
I'm trying to go through the story, so I'm seeing like this is interesting. Is she okay? Like, is she okay
We are
mentally?
coming to that.
That's part of what people are saying.
Okay.
I just want to say you can be in Meals and Bones, but you don't have to be of Meals and Bones. I don't know how else to say this thing. Like I see that's the thing, right? Jeez. Anyway, let's keep going. So
I love South Sun.
I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say. So she said, see, and when she's describing the story, she's talking about one night, one evening.
Now
She
this one is bondage. This is the one really one that is bondage. This is what
she
I'm
said,
saying.
she said over, she said over the, she said
They
over
say
the
deliverance
course
is
of the
real and
evening.
Otaku.
This is the same evening. Please, anybody that is watching, this is the same evening she's talking about. She said over the course of the evening, my attraction to him developed. I soon became aware of his every breath, and I
Ew.
unconsciously mirrored his pace. Please, if anybody does not understand romance language,
Romantic novel, Lele. Yes,
what
that
she's
is true.
saying is that
Romeo and Juliet.
Oyin-Liz, sit up, breathe, wait for me, don't let it out, and let's be breathing together. Basically, she's
I don't like
no. Basically, that's what she's doing.
But that's when you really know it's
That's
love,
what
though.
that's what she was doing with this guy. My worry. So when they say deliverance is real and altar call is needed, this is the deliverance situation. My worry is if I was this Jason that a woman across the table is looking at me, she's matching my breast, I will say, please, I want to go and repark my car. And from there I've gone. Because I don't want problem in this life. How can a stranger be matching breath with me across the table?
So her husband was also in this building.
Her husband,
That's what I'm saying.
her husband was beside her through all of this. And that's why there are so many phases. Please, if you're watching it, if you have any comments about this situation, you've seen any situation like this before, let us know. I'm also thinking to myself, is this a husband who knows that his wife has disengaged? Is this a husband who is disengaged? Or is this just a husband that is busy and doesn't even know what's going on? All this shenanigans was
No,
going
but
on.
this is 2 years after their wedding, and then she was thinking about him for the next 12
No,
years.
No, this is 14 years.
After.
But she had
Yeah.
seen this guy
I had
12
seen him
years
first 12 years
ago.
ago.
And she had registered it in her mind. So the moment the guy walked in, it was like, my soulmate I've been waiting for 12 years just walked in. But she has never spoken to this guy before.
Problem.
Another problem. So
Wait, I'm coming. Sorry, one more explanation. So she's been married to her husband for 14 years.
Yeah.
And then what happened in
2 years.
12
Okay,
years?
they got married 14 years ago.
Uh-huh.
2 years into the marriage, she met this guy, Jason.
Yeah,
She
that's
just
what I'm
met
saying.
him.
She
never
just met him
spoken
randomly.
before.
Okay.
Yes. So fast forward to year 14 of the marriage. They are at a friend's dinner, and this person walks in again. This Jason from 12 years ago walks in again.
Oh, now they kindle the fire.
Yes, no,
Okay,
that one.
Spirit of God.
Rekindling, that word rekindling.
There are
there's
people
no-
in the world that match Judas' energy today.
that word rekindling is not say the twin flame.
It was a twin.
It was a twin. It was a twin. Let me continue.
I'm just understanding this thing.
Let me continue. I soon became aware of his every breath, and I unconsciously mirrored his pace. I caught myself embarrassingly looking at his chest through his slim-fitted white evening shirt.
Are you sure this is not a romantic novel?
It's not. This is real life.
All right, okay, let's go.
Yes, he had a fit and toned and attractive body, but was it his, but she now even asked question, but was it his chest I was drawn to? Let's be thinking about that. The pair continued to drink and talk into the night, with the author insisting that her attraction to Jason only intensified as the hours went by. Please, it's the same night. It's the same night. When they say you guys should not spend late night outside, this is why they are there. This is why they say.
But she's outside with her husband.
By the time the group left the restaurant late in the evening, all my senses were on high alert. It was abundantly clear that the energy between Jason and me was somehow charged.
Mm.
The pair ended the evening with a hug. This is this strange, this basically this stranger. She went over to him. You know how everybody hugs when they're leaving, they end up in the
Mhm.
same friend group and they hug.
Mhm.
She hugged him and whispered into his ear, "This isn't over.
This is
I need to
over.
see you again."
No, I thought he
That's
whispered into her ear.
No,
no.
he whispered into
Or
Ah.
she whispered
so.
into his ear and said, "This isn't."
Not triplet him go.
And I'm just thinking to myself, right? I think from the moment she did that, she kind of sealed her fate. Because it's one thing for you to kind of be imagine, but the moment you actually, you understand? Because I've seen situations where people say, "Oh, but it's like you had feelings for that person." The person's like, "No, I didn't. You're reading it wrong." But the moment you open your mouth and you say it to somebody who's basically a stranger, I'll be back for your whatever BS she said.
Do I just
Like
go
Shannon
out?
sauce, nigga.
I'm just like, so she said I'd never felt anything like this before. I'd never experienced this sensation. I now know without hesitation, without question, without any doubt in my mind, my body, or my heart, that the energy we experienced that evening was our souls connecting. I left the dinner party a different woman.
Come on now.
But you
Transformation
know when you go
occurred.
to church and they say that you will not go the way you came.
That's exactly
So, so
what happened in the
basically, that
script.
was what happened to her. But
Mm.
in a restaurant, so she goes on. She talks. She's like, "I knew in my heart and my soul, blah blah blah." If you want to see the whole thing, she has book. She has a book. You can go and buy it. But please buy my book first. Let's enrich your
That's
life.
right.
Then
Yes,
you now
yes.
go and buy
Before
that.
you go.
She sure had thought she was like the connectedness I experienced with Jason was at a level impossible to discuss. Please, anybody listening, bear in mind that these people have not talked apart from what she whispered into his ear. Nothing else has been said, right?
Mm.
So less than a month later, this our sister in the Lord ended her marriage with her husband. Her 14-year marriage,
Mm.
she ended it with her husband even though the words that she said into his ear, "This isn't over," even though that was the only words she has ever said to him before, she ended the marriage. She walked out. So and apparently she said all her life she has been very careful, very decisive. She never takes a step wrong. She's that woman that you can never say, I heard this about her. Just very straight laced, right?
Mm.
And then this happens. And anyway, she approached her soulmate. She left her husband and went to her soulmate and was like, "I left my husband for you. Let's start this soul journey, you know." And the guy was like,
I don't like you. Yeah.
respectfully, "I don't like you like that." That was the beginning of the whole thing. Because now, and you shake more, whatever they call it. And the forwardness is also not forwarding because the forwardness said he does not want. So she's now like stuck in the middle, right? So for anyone who wants to like
This
Google the
life
book,
no balance at all.
No
no,
balance.
it's people. No, life has sometimes when it's not balanced, right? Just naturally. But when you take your life
You
and you
push the balance.
unbalance. Anyway, the name of what is paining me in this whole situation is that she's still calling him a soulmate, and the title of the book is when
Your
a
soulmate.
soulmate
It
says
says
no.
no.
If I was this Jason, I would sue her because I'll be like, "I'm not your soulmate."
Yeah, don't use me for story.
I think that even if Jason, even I feel like if Jason that's very for
So
Jason.
this
That's transformed our life. This is honestly wild.
she met the man of Galilee.
Galilee.
I
Yes.
mean, I just want to see the Jason shot. That's all I
I think that's my own thing. I want to see this chested white linen man.
I just have so many questions.
Yeah, let's go.
I think that with me, honestly, to me, after reading like attraction to Jason, I think it was just a sexual attraction. And I think she
Mm,
was just not being pleased by her husband. And it's also a thing where like conversation, even if we don't have conversation, Like, if all you could describe to me that made you believe it was your soulmate was his physical attributes, you've never spoke. Well, one, let me start by saying, but I don't believe in soulmates. Other one is you people's business. That's it's me and the Holy Spirit that are soulmates.
But don't forget that she said they were breathing.
In and out together.
Yeah,
They're matching each
I
other
hate the
pace.
both of you. Stop
The
it.
pace. The pace is
No,
important.
it's not easy. Oh. Do you see? It's not
First off,
easy.
I can breathe at the same time
No, it's
rate and
unintentional.
episode with
This
you.
it may happen
I can do the
mistakenly
same
when you're
thing with
matching.
Deolu. I can do the same thing. If I plan it, it will work.
But
So
they didn't
let's
plan it. But they
They
didn't
didn't
plan.
plan
No,
it.
no. Oyin-Liz,
so
let's
how
think
did
about.
she know? But usually
Everybody,
when
can
you're
I just
breathing,
put Onyeka
excuse
on
me.
blast again? I said, Onyeka is not a romantic. That's why she did not understand this thing. This is pure romantic attraction.
Please,
Wow.
please, only romantic people
Dog.
are allowed to talk about this
I will
situation.
Yes,
keep
please.
quiet.
I think this is why. Onyeka did not really
I,
get it.
I will
Oyin-Liz,
keep quiet.
Oyin-Liz, this thing we're talking about is not a small something. To be able to breathe and your breath is matched. Some people can't even match shirt and blouse. To be able to breathe, ah, mm,
You
mm.
said I should not talk, so I'm not.
Oh yeah,
I'm
No,
not.
talk.
about the rope, about the breathing in. Don't talk about that one. But everything about that one. Talk, say something about it.
I think that I don't want to sound like I'm limiting
Mm.
her experience, or she believes what she believes. I believe everybody should believe
Yeah,
what they
of
believe.
course. Okay,
But
she
I
did.
just want to say that this woman has to be the most delusional human being I've ever encountered in my life. Because what will make you grown woman married for 40, I'm sorry, 14 years? Just said that you've been looking for excuse to leave your
That's why
marriage.
Joy. Oh, that's why Joy said when they said no, this wasn't what she said.
Deliverance is ruling another
No,
question.
she said there are people in this world that match Judas' energy to a T. Because
Nah, this is giving very Judas. This is something Judas will do.
because I'm not even saying, look, you know what? It's your marriage. You do it. Do whatever. But 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 it has to be a sure banker that you live for now. It has to be a sure banker
My
now.
thing is, what did she tell her husband? Like, oh
Mm,
babe, we are going to be
You
married.
don't match my breath, and I found someone who matches my breath.
mm.
No, you are not my soulmate. When you married him 14 years, oh no, this story just
It's a
lost for
lot.
words.
But but
It's so much.
But for Jem's from Jem's point of view, right? Because Jem was like, let's talk about the fact that this woman is now coaching people. She is now teaching people about life. She's giving them advice about how to proceed in life. And it makes me worry. Like, thank God that she's an Australian and she lives in Australia, and maybe people in Australia are the ones that are booking her. But so I could be driving beside somebody now, and that's the person's life coach. As in, I could be working beside someone, as in the person in the next office to me. That could be the person's life coach. Like, what kind of what should I expect just in their daily lives? Because I'm confused. But you know what? One thing that amazes me is Australia. Their commentary whenever they, because I follow some of their sites, and I just
Mm-hmm.
like troll their sites. The way they respond in the comments is hilarious. Like,
They're savages.
they're not
So
like Americans who'll be like, yeah, people like what they like. They're not like that. They're like,
Yeah, because they are not liberal.
they're,
They're
they're not like that.
not as liberal as we are.
They're like, what rubbish is this? How dare you? She's this, she's that, as in that. It was just hilarious. But I was like, you know what? This is her life. She has her own
Mm.
life to live, right?
mm.
I don't know if she ever went back to her husband and said, take me back, or if she just decided, maybe I don't even love the guy enough. Maybe this is a sign.
No, I think the post says she didn't go back or like she didn't
I
try
think
to
that
reconcile.
where do her children play into all of this? Because you broke up your marriage, you've scarred your children for life now. Because those children will grow up saying, "Mommy left dad." Imagine those kids will be in therapy like, "Mommy left daddy because she met her soulmate after 14 years."
Who
I don't
said
think
no?
they had kids.
Who said no?
I don't
You
think they
don't
had
think so?
kids. I don't
I
think
don't.
so.
There was no mention. The only person that mentioned kids there was one of the followers. The followers were like, in a few years the kids will be like,
I think they
um,
have children.
I think they had kids. That would be sad if
What's
they
her
had
name?
kids.
I will find her Instagram. What's her name, please?
Trenfield. Her surname is Trenfield, and I think her own name is Amanda or something. Hold on.
Yeah, Amanda Trenfield is what is on the
Okay,
book.
Amanda
I
Trenfield.
found her.
But you know one thing though, the person I think won in this whole thing. The person I think there are two people that I have message for, right? And then I'll let
Her
you guys.
husband definitely won.
Her husband won because it remained for her to give you a sniper. Her husband won because I don't know, like she must have been very unhappy, and I don't even want to judge her now. She must have been. There must have been such a void in her that she needed to fill.
I'm sorry, I'm judging her. All of this thing that you're saying, go pass for me.
No,
No,
seriously, let's think about this thing. I feel like she must have been
you
very
being
unhappy.
unhappy, then she should have. I'm sorry, that's a
I still have it
conversation.
calling.
She's not a
That's what I call it.
child.
To be very
She's a
unhappy.
full-grown adult. You stayed with this man for 14 years. You have been questioning your marriage for 12 years. Why didn't you have the conversation? He's not beating you. Thank you. And Brett don't match. No. I'm sorry. She was just looking for an escape and she used that. I don't feel bad for her. I can't feel any kind of sympathy or empathy towards you because she never said her husband did anything wrong to her. I'm not saying
No,
that you can't be unhappy in a relationship, but
Oyin-Liz,
if
get
it's
this book.
something
Get the book. I will borrow it from you.
I don't. Why will I waste my money? Why will I, please? When I'm to send me money, I'm collecting donation. I'm collecting donation. Why will I buy book? Please,
Get this book.
I don't care. I don't think it matters whatever she says. I think that you had 14 years. Like this man was not beating you, wasn't doing anything. Go to therapy. In fact, you know what? We don't want to go to church. Talk to God. Like
They have
you
med-
are
they
an
have, they
adult.
have medicine men in Australia too. She could have also gone there, but she did not.
I think
She
she's
did
an
not.
I don't think I can see past the fact that you're a grown adult woman that made such a fleeting choice without like a like ah
But Jem,
oh,
do you think that just the way the world is set up now with social media, with just everything going on, do you think there's a seed being sown in all of us that's just like get what you want, grab what you need, just just find your happiness wherever because life is short, like just
Yeah, I
would that
think
be
yeah,
would that be like
there's a seed being sown in everybody. And I discussed with Monica with this that like, oh, I might bring this up tomorrow, that like today, and it's the sense of like people are not being true to themselves. I think if there's anything I can fault her for, that I know for certain, is that like she's not been true to herself about the reason why she left.
let's
mm,
yes.
She's not been true to herself about the reason. Whatever the situation was, I don't know. But one thing I know is that if this is the
That's
title
not
of
why
the
you
book
left.
and it's not like a grab title, then you are not being
That's not why
sincere to yourself.
Amen. Sister Joy, amen.
You're not being sincere to yourself about why you left. And I think that is the kind of the issue with the way social media is set up and the way everything is set up now. Because you see someone do it, you don't know the context, you don't know what's going on. You're like, oh, I should do this. And then there's this like sense of like, I know it happens with men and women, but these days it's happening mostly to women where like if someone does something, it's more challenging to call them out because you want to support them and be proud of
Um,
them and prop them up. So you are, even though you know it's bad, you just say, oh, that's really brave. What you did was so good. No, 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 no.
I'm
You
proud
did
of
the right
you.
thing and I'm so proud of you. But you are in a happy relationship and you just encourage this person to kind of leave their relationship or like do something that isn't this thing
It's
or
not
like
beneficial.
it's not beneficial. You're telling someone like,
you're
oh,
in a
this
happy
job is not.
relationship and you're telling somebody to leave their own
Yeah,
relationship and still
yeah,
work.
right. or like you are this person is saying that, oh, I think I'm gonna quit my job, and they're like, you should do it. You should just quit your job now today. You should do it. And you have a job, and this person doesn't have another plan, right, for the future, and you're
Wow.
burning your boats. Like, what's going on
Mm.
here?
I'm
So
burning
I
your
think
bridges.
you are burning your bridges, you are burning boats, you now have this thing. It happens
Wow.
with men too, but I think right now is unfortunately happening a lot with men. It's just what I think, and
Okay.
I think this
Maybe
is
like you
kind of
have a lot of women in your own space that you're seeing it happen to.
no, man. Honestly, this is just from the shows that I watch. Honestly, it's just from the reality shows that I watch. Yeah, it
Okay.
happens a lot.
I think I have to second that though. I think that we're in the kind of femme society. I don't know if I'm using that word right, Sha, that we're in is extremely, and everyone wants to claim that, oh yeah, we're all supporting women, all of that. I think that it's extremely toxic. I think everybody is so scared to call. I correct you in love, and I think that's what's missing. I don't have to support if I don't like your product, if I'm not like everything I do should be done in love. It shouldn't be done because I feel like I'm obligated to do it.
Hmm.
But this new like wave of like all these things that happening with women, like I don't know, for me it's just like sis, put some clothes on. It's okay. You will not die. Like it's okay for you to be a woman that wants to cook for your husband. It's okay for you not to want to have kids. It's okay for you to want to have kids. Like,
It's
but at
okay
the
for
same
you
time,
to have your own mind.
It's okay for you
right?
to stay
Thank
have
you.
a
That's
mind.
the
Yeah,
one. It's okay. Like I don't. I'm not this. Me, I will correct you out of love, but we
yeah.
pay like you would just like we let everything go. Oh yeah, women supporting women. No, fam.
Like there's
That's
someone.
again. I mind my business, and I don't have friends because like I just feel like it's too much and it
It is a
causes
lot.
nonsense like this. Because I'm shocked by this auntie now, she definitely discussed it. Jason not trying to get money for her
This is
marriage.
like not me, bro. I'm not inside this.
Honestly, I'm sure she definitely discussed some of these things with her girlfriends. And I'm honest because after looking through her Instagram, she only has girlfriends. I'm sure they were right behind her, propping out. Yes, go sister, you. Whatever friend is pushing you to do something like this, they are demons. I don't know. This is not sister women supporting women. It's not. These all of you are confused together, supporting confusion. Because like no, like but yeah, I definitely agree with what they only said, Sha, but
Yeah, I
again,
gotta be
my
careful of
opinion.
these things.
Let me
There,
just put out there, it's my opinion. Because before you people come
there's
when
someone.
I want to be in the politics now,
Nah,
you people
nah.
can
It's
carry it
nah.
and
I
use it.
think everybody, like I
My
said,
opinion.
it goes both ways. It goes both ways. There are men too that are like, like this person is cheating on their wives or like seeing like different
Ah,
women,
Yes,
and you're
yes.
like,
ah,
oh,
A
and
lot,
you're
and
like, oh
I see
no,
a lot of men do that.
don't
Yeah.
worry, it's part of
Just
it.
being.
And you are fine. And there's like this old skits that happened that like this one man was telling this other man that like you need to put your woman in check. And then
And
one day
his
the
own
guy
woman
follows to
will.
the house, and the woman is the one that's controlling him in the house, and is telling the other this thing.
mhm.
And yeah, it's like on this post now, it's saying like one of the commenters under the comment section is saying like, oh, she didn't actually ruin her life for nothing. She left a marriage that most likely needed to end. Otherwise, she would have been swayed. She wouldn't have been
Why did
swayed
our
by
marriage have to end?
another. It looks like she's happy and making the best of her situation. Her ex-husband is probably happier too. Sounds like a win-win. And then
Yeah.
is like,
Like you people don't see the wrong that she common school.
yeah, like it's okay to say she did wrong, like
Oh,
whatever, right? Maybe she needed to leave, maybe she wasn't happy. That's fine. But two things is number one, like you have to be able to say like, and I know you're trying to put a positive spin on the story, but you have to be able to say that something good didn't happen about this. Somebody got hurt. Somebody, wasted the life of their years, because somebody did waste the life of their years. And the second thing is
mhm.
that you have to be true to yourself about why this didn't happen. You weren't happy. You saw something better. You didn't even think it through, or maybe you did. I don't know. And you went for it, and it didn't pay off. Like, it's okay to be truthful about that. And then she's also a life coach, which that one bugs me the most.
That's the problematic part of it.
Yeah,
That's
That
the
bugs me
thing.
the
that's
most.
just I don't know. Yeah. Um yeah, so on that note, we're going to segue quickly into the Ultimatum reunion to last week, right? And if you're watching, you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't clicked the like button, please click the like button. That's how, the algorithm gets to tell other people that this happens every Tuesday at 8. So my thoughts. So we spoke about the ultimatum the last time we were on, which was 2 weeks ago, and I
Tell me
said,
that your
"Oh, you
thoughts have
guys." I
changed.
was like, "You guys, no." I was like, "You guys go watch the reunion, right? You guys go watch the reunion." And the reason why I say you guys go watch the reunion was because um, Ray's outburst it surprised me during the reunion. I'm not gonna lie. It was almost like, I don't know. I think I was hopeful that they were going to maybe sort out themselves or settle themselves or something. But the way they were reacting to each other, it didn't even seem like there was any hope. So if you've not been watching the Ultimatum on Netflix, we're talking about the reunion episode right now. But I have my thoughts on reality shows. I feel like some reality shows I wish never get made. And to be honest, The Ultimatum is one of them. Just personally, I wish. I have reality shows that I enjoy, but that's just a personal thing. Like I love Selling Sunset. Even Selling Tampa, I can manage. You know, but this one, I just thought. But anyway, it's not a bad show. But I just think some things are best left alone. But anyway, going back to the reunion, the reason why I brought up the reunion was I was surprised to see what's this guy's name that every Kobe and what's her name?
My Madeline.
Madeline. I was surprised to see they're like they were still happy, even as much as they had a weird beginning. They still seemed like they were happy, pregnant and happy, expecting, waiting. And
Here's my face.
yeah, I know your face, right? And I saw Alexis and what Hunter, they seemed happy. And then the people who I thought were, who at the end of season one were like, oh, let's travel together, let's do this, let's do that. They never ended up, doing anything together. And it's on them that I wanted to get your thoughts. Why do you think it happened like that? Because it seemed like they had some promise at the end of season one.
Who
So
are
how
we?
is it Ray
Um,
and what's his name?
the Nate,
Nate?
Ray and Jay.
Was it
Jake,
Jake?
Ray and Zay or Ray and Jake.
Ray and
Ray
Jake,
and Jake.
because they wanted to travel together.
They wanted to travel
I think
together.
right from the beginning, I've been saying one, you already know where I stand with Ray. So I'm not even going to repeat myself. I still feel the same way. I think a little outburst was not necessary because, and I was really upset. And it was this conversation we're having yesterday that brought about the conversation of women being so scared to call other women out, or just us being in this atmosphere where people feel like they can't correct women because they feel like they will get attacked because they want to
Mm.
be politically right.
Do you mean women like their own friends, or do you mean women on social?
I'm talking about women in
Women
general.
in general.
I'm
Okay.
talking about, well, not like, I'm not generalizing. I'm saying like
I know what
when
you mean,
I
like
feel like,
relationships.
yeah. So I feel like outburst was uncalled for. Was they wrong for not telling her? Absolutely. But Zay didn't tell her because she never came out to ever tell Zay that, oh, this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Zay found a box, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And that was how we figured.
Mm-hmm.
Because when she came back, our favorite line is, I just couldn't express myself, but you could express yourself confidently,
Mm-hmm.
fully to Jake. So just say, you want to leave the relationship. Like I'm very straightforward. I hate when people try. Like I hate that. Like it
But
hurts me.
but
Like
you know some people. Do you know this is kind of like digressing Oyin-Liz gem, but do you know that some people it's almost like they don't want to leave. They want you to be the one to tell them that you don't want it anymore. They don't want to be the ones to.
That is extremely manipulative to me. If you want to leave, there's no reason why you should be dragging me along. Because this man gave everything. I feel like he had the most growth on this show.
Mhm.
And her having an outburst literally proved every time they had their arguments from the show I watched. I don't know if people are watching a different show. From what I saw, this man never got a word in. She would have already gone off. He's always like, why are you attacking me? He's not raising his voice at you. I don't know if it's that Zay is one of those people that have very elevated voices. So even pitches when they talk. So even before he says anything, she's already screaming about why are you raising the outburst that she had. That man did not say one thing. Then she started, and you know what? That girl, no, she pissed me off so much. She pissed me off so much. And with Jake, I think when Jake was just looking for Adeolu to leave, he wanted to leave. So he just worked out on his behalf. And I think that's why he wasn't like as upset that things didn't work out between him and Ray, because it was just like and I feel like, to be fair, Jake is one of those people that need to be by themselves. He doesn't need to be in a relationship. Like, he doesn't have the energy. Like, he just came from the military. Has he even gone to get mental checkup yet? That is having to deal with people that are mental. So like, oh, that rhyme. Oh my god.
Rapper.
You made a really good point. But I want to ask Jem, was there anything about the reunion that kind of surprised you, or when you watch it, you're like, oh?
No, I was saying that. Did someone surprise us?
No, I mean, we already researched.
We already researched
about
them.
them, so we already knew they were pregnant.
We already knew they were pregnant, and I don't know why you said we should go and watch it. Nothing changed. Everybody was, for the most part, the same.
What's it called? We noticed Shanique's growth.
No, I think all of them grew in the essence that like they were able to reflect on
and we spoke about that the last time. I said they broke up, they came back together, and she kind of changed a bit.
I'm glad they broke up. I don't know if she changed.
But I think she was able to reflect on what she did. I think she's still the same. I think I'm not saying like, again, I'm not saying like, first of all,
when you grow, don't you change?
Not as much.
Not necessarily.
Not as much. She learned from it.
Yeah,
she learned from it, and she's moved on from it, and she's trying to do better. But I think fundamentally she's still the same person.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like fundamentally she's still the same person.
But to add on to what you're saying though, I don't think that this show can fundamentally change. Therapy fundamentally changes you.
Changes you, yeah. This
you
show,
putting your relationship up for grabs does not fundamentally. In fact, fundamentally scars you.
I do have a conspiracy. First thing about this show is when we started watching the show, I said that they shouldn't do this show because most of them, the things that they don't agree on, is one of the fundamental things that anybody that is getting married should agree on. Is one of the things that me and Nicole, even though like we're like, oh, what are we gonna do? Are we just best friends or whatnot? In like the first month of our relationship that we already talked about and like going out of the way. We knew what how many kids we wanted, like where we wanted to end up, like in the future, like any like purpose or career plans or ministry plans or whatnot, like all that, right?
Let's be moving on.
Yeah, and oh my god, and then like all those things is like check. So as soon as I started watching the show, I'm like, I get why people don't like this show. It should not exist. It should not exist. These people should just break up. But now that the show is here, I'm going to enjoy this show. But one of the things that I have a conspiracy theory that I want to put out there. So the thing is that Madeline is pregnant, yes or no?
She was 7 months gone.
She was 7 months. Madeline was 7 months gone, and the reunion happened 6 months after this thing. My theory is that she was pregnant, and somehow the show left it out, or she hid it from the show, and that's one of the things that pushed her into staying with Kobe.
With Kobe.
That's my only conspiracy theory. You can do with it however you see fit. You can agree or disagree or whatnot. But yeah, I think I think I think that's the only thing that I took away from the reunion. I think.
I took away something else. I think that if you can't agree on the amount of children you want to have,
Did you
if you
know?
can't
Is that
agree
killer?
on the amount of children you want to have, ah, oh my gosh, if you can't agree on the amount, not the my, if you can't agree on the amount of children you want to have, I think that people should not even be dating. In fact, don't even be befriending each other. Let alone proposing to somebody out of jealousy
Or the fact that everybody else is booed up and you're
or
not.
because everybody else is good up and you're not, and then still making sure you get married. There's still no
I'm not
agreement.
going to lie to you. I'm worried for that girl. I'm worried for her.
I'm
I
worried
think
for
you
it.
know what. In fact, I won't even say what I want to say, but
I'm worried for it.
I hope very soon they come to a consensus and decide to leave each other because there's no reason for her to feel like she has to marry somebody that literally conned her into getting married, into getting engaged, and is still standing by the fact that he wants all these thousand millions of kids. And you're saying you're willing to give him one, even though you don't want kids.
Because that coercion will always be there. I think
It would always be
it would
there.
always be there.
It would always like it was just oh my gosh,
Like a
no.
kid is a thing is a huge. A kid is not like a
Huge.
career change or like a career move or something like that.
Or
Like this is
education.
something. Yeah, this is something that you are having to breed and live with for the rest of your life. God, by the grace of God, you can't escape. You can't
A
escape it.
child.
Yeah,
Right.
and I feel like every time she looks, I mean, it might change. She might have the baby and her mind might change. But like,
I
still,
don't
like,
think so.
you don't. I
I
mean, I
think
don't think so. Too. I'm just giving benefit of the doubt, honestly.
I think she believes therapy is working, is helping. I mean, and therapy can help. I'm number one, go to a therapist. Everybody should go and see a therapist. But I think that if she genuinely doesn't want kids, there's nothing wrong with it. And the fact that she feels like she has to go to therapy
To
because
reconcile,
she's feeling bad because she doesn't want to give this man kids, and he's been able to coerce her into believing that it's bad for her not to want to have kids is what bothers me.
I think it bothers me too. A little bit of
Like
background for anybody that doesn't like, hasn't seen the show or like this particular couple. I don't even remember their name. What's their name? Nathan and
Koneshi.
one other lady. So the guy wants like millions and tons of kids. I'm not even
Yeah.
exaggerating. Is the funny part. And then the lady does not want kids, and so he gave her the ultimatum to come to the show. And then on the day that the people started getting paired up, everybody he wanted to pick or that he thought was gonna pick him, they were not picking him. And then it seemed like as a last ditch effort, he picked the lady and then
Mm-hmm.
proposed to her on the spot. And they got engaged. And they're still not married now. And they are still working through the having kids thing. And this is
Mm-hmm.
6 months after.
Mm.
So yeah, that's why we're really worried for her. She shouldn't be. I don't think either of them should compromise in that matter. Like having kids,
Yeah.
is a big conversation issue that yeah.
Hi,
You guys have said
Justin.
it all. Hi, Jesse. Hi, everyone who joined us on the
It's been a
show
minute.
tonight. I see that
Hi,
Praise was
Jesse.
getting Praise was getting some high fives.
Praise.
It bombed the show, but I just want to say thank you guys, Jam Jam and Oyin-Liz. Yes, an immediate proposal. It's best you
Yeah,
just
It
check
was
it out
very
by yourself
disgusting.
because
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
It was very
and the thing
disgusting.
about it is, like you said, you guys have said it all. I don't even want to repeat it. You should not try to bully someone into having kids. Kids,
Mm-hmm.
they require so much energy that there is no way the person is not going to be at some point like, "Oh, did I make a mistake?" Yes, we're done.
You can run it back. You can watch it back.
We
You
started
can
at 8.
just
You can watch the
you
replay,
can
but
run it
right
back.
now we're talking about the Ultimatum on Netflix, and we're finishing up. And I just want to say I love you guys, everyone
I
who's
love you
following the
too.
Daffy Show.
Thank you guys.
We love
Thank
you
you.
so much, and I love you guys. Jem and Oyin-Liz, thank you for writing and always bringing your fun
Wow, so
perspective.
much love
Jem is
for me.
Jem is always bringing his devil's advocate perspective.
I am not.
Oyin-Liz is always bringing her woman empowerment perspective, and I love to see it and hear it. Yeah, somebody said, Jesse, you're on African time. You really are on African time. Shout out to wedding season. It's wedding season again, but let's
Come
make this
on.
wedding season happen because
Let's
COVID
go.
numbers are going up again, please.
They are
So
going
let's
up.
try to, stay safe.
In fact, if you
And
want
let's
to go up in October, that's fine. So that way you will save me
To
money.
go deposit, that's a deposit income.
It's okay. We save us
What the
money,
deposit
baby.
that I mean?
Do you know how
all
much we
right.
save on food?
You
It's
guys
about
you
Oh God
guys
forbid. No,
on check.
can we see Praise please? Praise
no.
has gone to
Can we
finish his homework. Praise has gone to
praise,
finish his homework.
praise, come close.
Can please come closer?
No, he
Oh,
cannot
down.
go. He has got to finish his homework. He was not even supposed to
Please,
show up in this show,
pretty
but
please,
Pretty please.
he bombed
pretty
it. That's his auntie.
please.
That's his auntie. That's why she's saying all of these things.
Aww.
But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for joining. We love you so much. Don't forget to
Thank you,
like,
guys.
subscribe, send it to your friends. We want to get the Daffy Show numbers up, and we're looking forward to having Jem and Oyin-Liz start their YouTube or their podcast, or I don't know their plans, but they'll let us know their plans.
I got
Talk
you.
to you guys. Okay, she said, COVID or no
I'm
COVID.
thinking. That's
You
the
said,
energy I like.
you said a place. I am that guest that they will put one wine on the table and I will take that one wine. I will finesse that
I
one wine.
shake
I'm
my
that
head.
guest.
I shake my head. Don't
All
worry,
right, guys.
overflowing of drink and wine.
Overflowing, man.
I said
Amen.
drink and wine.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Drink and wine is two different things. Don't worry.
Two
Yes, you're right,
different
baby.
things.
You're right, baby.
Two
You're right.
different. Is that
Okay,
you?
no, don't say it's a lie.
No, it's a
Let's
truth. We speak prophetically.
No, but there's no drink. Oh. There's wine. There's no alcoholic.
No
so
alcoholics,
wine is
but
what?
Wine isn't alcoholic. It's fermented grape.
Eh,
Yeah,
semantics.
that's wine.
What we are saying that there's no alcohol, basically.
Apple
There's no alcohol, but
cider, lemon.
there's cranberry.
okay, no problem.
I
I'm
cook and
okay with
Fanta.
whatever you serve.
There's mocktails.
And
I'm okay with
happiness.
whatever you serve.
I don't think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yes, and still very plenty.
I love it.
All right, guys.
Thank you for having us, man. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you
Always.
for coming. Thank you, everyone, for setting the comments on fire. We love you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And stay safe.
Bye,
Stay
everyone.
masked up, please.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is where we. You're not.